Hello, hello, hello. Trees, if you don't send me a video of you dancing, I'm just gonna keep having this image of you just wiggling and head bopping and I really want to see you doing it. Hello, everybody. Hey, Nicole. Hi, Miss Donna Sue. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Sheila. Good evening, Martin. Hi, Sue. Hi, Dana. Hi, Margaret. Diana. Hi. Hi, Miss Edie. Hi, Veronica. How's everybody doing today? It's rainy and dark and yucky outside. Thank you for spreading the chaos. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Catherine. Good afternoon from Oregon. Oregon, are you getting a lot of rain there right now? Because if California is getting this much rain, I'm wondering if you're getting a lot of rain too. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Hi, Wendy. You made it on time. I told you, though, you're always on time whenever you can come in is always amazing. You haven't seen Sue in 100 years. It's been so long since you've seen each other. All right, so before I put up my regular banner for you guys, I have some super exciting news, and hey, Annette. Good. How are you? How are you doing, Annette? So I was talking to it's mild this time. Really, my brother lived in Oregon for quite a while in Bend, and every time we went to visit him, it was always raining, and I'm like, how do you do it? Hi, Judy Stalker. Thank you for spreading the chaos. I know 2 days in a row. That's amazing. Hi, Renee. Hi, Carol. So I was talking to my Would You Bin contact, my rep, and guess what? And I know you guys are always saying like, you want to try Would You Bin, you'd like to try Would You Bin, but it's expensive, blah, blah, blah. Well, look, you see what's on screen right now? This girl, me, I have a discount for you. It has to look just like this, though. TERI, so 1R, 10 with the percentage sign. So obviously it's a 10% discount, and at least it's something, but it's a 10% discount for Would You Bin. So if you just use my link and then you'd use that at checkout, the discount code, you get 10% off. So that's not heard of right there, but I have that for you, only you. So 10% discount for Would You Bin. My link is down in the description. So, yep, I did that for you. And I also put it in the description as well. So, or also put it right by my link. So if you forget what it is, but I did confirm you have to use the percentage side. So, Drewsy! Hi, my Drewsy! How are you? How's everybody doing? What did I see? Oh, Veronica. Gosh, stuck on it. I'm sorry, Veronica. All right. Oh, and if you see this right here, it's a bow on my earring. So I don't want anybody to think that something's climbing on my face like I did earlier when I turned my head. Nothing's crawling on my face. It's my earring. Of course. Of course. I thought that was super cool. She messaged me yesterday and I was like, oh, that's going to be amazing. That is amazing. So, okay. So we started on the cake stand yesterday. 45 minutes of it was me fighting with the trim, but it's on there, snug as a bug in a rug. You thought it was a mic? I was looking earlier and I was like, what? And it's the bow. And I even told myself there's a bow on here, so don't think it's something. Hello, Handmade Haven Studios in the house. Oh, for gosh sakes, take that freaky earring off. It's a cute earring. It's a heart, but it just has a bow. Okay, so we put Sugar Magnolia Decoupage Cream Rice Paper on our what was Christmas cake stand. I did the Would You Bin trim that I fought with for, you know, an hour or so, which is what, 7:01, I think it was. All of that's in the description, by the way. And then I love the way you say that. Thank you. I told you every time I see it at first, it always makes me think of heaven. So that's why. Did you slap yourself? No, I didn't do, you know, like those, have you seen those TikToks where, you know, you guys with your, you know, forbidden fruit phones, iPhone users, they have that where it looks like a spider is crawling on their face and they slap their face. I actually thought of that. Hi, Christina. How are you? Hi, Cindy. So, when we left yesterday, I told you guys I would have to put some clay trim on here because, see, I could form the clay trim, which we couldn't do necessarily with the Would You Bin because it was going to get that gap right from the top. So this is the trim that's on there, and that is just a redesign with Prima mold, and it's the Lillian Scrolls. So I actually took this one here. And yeah, don't forget the 10% discount code because then you guys will yell at me. Yeah, it's a really pretty trim, and reason why I really liked it too is because how we are going to sink in some flatbacks or rhinestones. I thought it would be really cool in these areas here to sink in some rhinestones too. So, I ran out of time. Can you tell me who sells redesign with Prima molds? Yes, if you look in the description, my Micah daughter, link, she sells redesign with Prima. She has all of the new Prima molds that I showed not too long ago, last week, I think. So yeah. Okay. All right. So if you remember, I told you guys if you use this paper, the dead ringer for it is the Night Sky, which is the Waverly chalk paint. But really quickly, what I'm going to do, just because I ran out of time yesterday, I didn't prime it white. 1 second, please. Onyx just scared the bejesus out of herself because she made something fall. Hold on. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Onyx. Girl, you are doing too much. And Choi, you laughing is too much. Okay, crisis averted. Everybody's okay. So, you know, Onyx and Jack, the barkers, right? Because they're oh so tough. As soon as it fell down, they both ran and jumped on the couches. And all it was my wooden boards. I'm distracted by the beautiful butterfly rings. Oh, my butterflies. You're funny. Angel. Hello, Angel. Okay, so take the Waverly plaster. Now she's tough again, see? And I'm just going to, and I cleaned my tops out yesterday. And what I had thought, the Sugar Bell top that I was saying that probably needs to be cleaned out, it did have the dried decoupage and varnish on there, so on the inside. So I would suggest that if you guys do use your bottles for like varnishes or whatnot, that you just soak them in some Dawn dish soap every now and again, because it's gonna clog up on you. So all right, so I'm just going to, and I know I'm getting on there, but I didn't do this underside at all yesterday because I was going to do it off camera, but, you know, chaos ensued. So I'm just going to go through, and then we will dry it and put our Waverly Night Sky down here. And then I'm excited to do some waxing and bring in, so we can get these molds highlighted and really bring out the details. All right. So just a really quick layer. I had painted most of it yesterday already. So we'll just get this on there and then we'll dry it and then we'll do the night sky. All right. Hi, Linda. How are you? Hi, Leona. I got off my page name. Oh, Linda, I don't ever mind. Hi, Regine. How are you? Jackie Bates. How's it going? How's everybody doing today? So driving Trevor to school this morning, y'all. I never know what day it is. I tell you guys. So I started around the corner and I like kind of stopped in the middle of the street and I looked at Trevor. I go, "Where are we going? Work? School? What day is it?" He was like, "School." I go, "Oh, okay, school." Hi, Debbie. How are you? Thanks for joining. Just got off your live. Nice. So I had the most bizarre, wicked dream. I felt like it lasted all night long. Yeah, he did. He looked at me like, "School?" Which had I looked at him, I would have realized it because he wasn't in his, dress shirt and dress pants, but I don't know. So the night before yesterday, I barely got any sleep. I was telling you guys I maybe got, I don't know, 2 hours of actual sleep. Last night, I have never had a dream where I was in so much pain. But I had a dream that I had the worst toothache. And I was in agony in my sleep. And I can remember, which was really crazy, is I can remember thinking in my sleep, like, "Are you asleep? Like, if you're asleep, get up." And it felt like I had this dream all night long. And I mean, of course I've had dreams, where I've gotten scared, you have those dreams where you're like jumping off a cliff or something and you wake up all startled. But I can't say that I've ever had a dream where I actually remember being in pain. And finally, when I woke up, I was like, "No, I'm okay. Nothing hurts. What the heck?" It was such an awful feeling. I don't even know what the heck. But I don't want to do that again. And I asked Nick, I said, "Was I making any noises or anything? Was I crying or anything?" He goes, "I don't know." Great, thanks. Hi, Tina. Hi, two Tinas. Hi, Tina. How are you guys? Hi, Sue Russin. Hi, Miss Linda. You guys, I don't ever recall having a dream where I can remember the pain, and it was pain. I don't know. It was very bizarre. But yeah, I woke up and that's the first thing I did was squeeze my face, and it's like, I don't think anything hurts. And I don't remember anything else about the dream. I don't remember where I was or, like if I was eating and something. Nothing else. All I can just remember is the pain. It was very bizarre. You poor thing. I was just like, what on earth? Okay. Hot flash, as usual. Yeah, I don't know. I need to you know, there's a look it up or something, because you know how they have those dream translation books or whatever. The induction I get each week gives me bad dreams. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it was because I was super tired, but my goodness, would have much rather have a nice, easy night of sleep instead of that. So I'm going to, it's not going to touch, so I'm going to pop it. Well, I don't think you guys, well, I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was, is that I was just didn't have a good night's sleep before then. Nicole had asked me, did you eat something funny? And I was like, no, not before I went to bed. Before I went to bed, I didn't eat anything unusual. Good evening, Jill. Did I say hi to you, Jill? I don't think so. I think I said good evening to Martin. I don't think I seen you come in. I'm sorry, my friend. So I keep forgetting to post in the group, but the next meet and mingle will be not this Sunday, but next Sunday, right? Yeah, the 18th, I guess it is. I keep forgetting to make a post in there, y'all. So it's whatever got the most votes on that poll. So I'm pretty sure that it's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. So we will do the Zoom meet and mingle. So everyone is welcome. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I do a free Zoom every month. And we just meet in there and have a few laughs and chat. And I leave the room open for about 4 hours. So, but I will post, as usual, I will post the link the day before. And as always, if anybody has a problem with getting in there, you can let me know and I will help you, so that way on Sunday you can get in there and not have any problems. All right, so we've got our first coat down. Let's paint this and then I'll do the second one. Hi, Sandy. How are you? When I was pregnant with my son, I used to dream that oh my goodness, and put them under your deck. Oh my goodness. Margaret. Oh boy, Margaret. That's so funny. Just when you were pregnant, you obviously it's not anymore. Isn't that funny? I don't think I had any weird dreams when I was pregnant with the boys. Nothing like last night that would stand out like that. I don't know though. I do have a lot of dreams where I'm crying in my sleep. Nick will tell me often that I'm crying. But I don't remember those. Like, I don't know what's happening that I'm crying or, but I know I do that a lot. But I can go without the tooth pain dream. Thank you. Not that dream, but I still get weird ones. All right. So we got that first layer down. Now let's just pop this. I wonder what did you tell your husband about those dreams? I bet you he was like, oh boy. Whoa. I'm not going to make her mad. Okay. This done. And then turn it back right side up, and then I'll get my towel and hi Sheila Teagan. How are you? Sheila Teagan, I seen that you hashtag replay yesterday. Did you hear me mention your name? I don't know if you watched it all or if you just, caught a little bit of it. I'm sorry I have to go take care of the kids. I will. Okay, Renee. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping in. This is Waverly Plaster Night Sky. So I never have to think. Anytime I'm using Sugar Magnolia, I know that this is the paint, and it's the perfect color. So it matches it so well. All right, so let's just. I usually don't have to paint the bottoms with you guys, but since it's right side up right now, we'll do it, dry it, and then turn it around because I'm sure I'm missing some of the bottom mold up at the top there. It is. It's a beautiful. Did you see it? When I was fighting with the trim, I said, oh, Lord. Sheila Teagan was here. That'd be the next thing she'd be giving me a hard time about. Now, I don't know. It's given a weird shadow. I don't know why it's looking so purple, but it's not. It's not purple at all. I brought the box lights in really close today, so that way we would have a lot of light. But this color is a dead-on color for the actual paper. I know. I was like, that's gonna be her next joke now. The 5-day steampunk girl gonna move over for the 45-minute woodgie bin trim. It is a great color. I just looking at it on my phone. I don't know. The color looks different everywhere though. So, all right. So just like I thought, I did miss a lot of the top here. So let me. No. I might have to get an angle brush so I can get it down in there. But I do not want there to be weird paint marks on the neck of it because that's going to show. So okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to have to get is my brush that has the curved neck that I use. All right. So I can't get to the top of the paint here, so I am just going to use my little paintbrush that is curved. There we go. Because it's just little bits. I mean, you can't really even tell unless you're holding it funny. All right. And I think that's all of it. I don't see any more weight, and you guys can't help me like you usually can because the top's in the way. Okay, now I'm going to go. I was also thinking around the tops, I want to get whatever wax and come right around the ridge here. So I'm thinking we're going to go in with a gold for the wax with the gold like highlights. So I'm going to pull out and just making sure there isn't anything here that I missed. Okay. I saw you fighting with the trim. I was afraid to say anything. I thought maybe other people would jump on me. Hi, Luann. Sheila, you know, my page, I have, like, if I can dish it, I can take it. And I have 3 older brothers, and I don't, unless it's something that's offensive, I'm not going to get, it will probably be funny to me. So I shopped for Would You Bin. Woohoo! Did you remember the code? Did you remember the code? And did it work? Because you would probably be the first one to have used it, because I haven't told anybody. The butterfly here? It does. It does. I am Miss Linda. I am in California. Okay, so let's close this baby up. I don't think I'm going to need it. Put those in the water. Okay, so let's get out some of the golds and see what we're going to play with. I have some new, I'm trying to not pull out. I have some new waxes that I got from Would You Bin that I want to try. And then I also did pull out the white gold metallic paste. You guys know I'm going to find a white gold somewhere, whether it be the white gold that I love or, you know, over here. Hi, Trina. Hi, Molly. Right now it's just rainy. So, but it's dark, but rainy. Oh, your daughter lives in Reading. Okay. Gotcha. I haven't been to Reading since I was little. Okay, so let's come up like that. You guys can kind of see that. All right, so move this plate over there. And then let's get this one out. So what I'm thinking is we'll take the white gold metallic paste and we are going to, I knew as soon as I put the doggone brush in water, we're going to brush this on the trim, and we will also brush it on the base as well. Do you guys do that? As soon as you think you've gotten everything, put your brush in water, and then sure enough, you see a spot that needs to be done. And then you have another brush that you get to wash. All right. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm going to leave that brush over there because I'm sure as I turn, I'll get more. So this is the, you guys see that? I know it's giving a bad cast. There you go. So this is the white gold, and this is the Posh Talk metallic paste, which is also Would You Bin. So you can use the discount code for this too. Now with the metallic paste, a little does go a long way. So I'm just going to scoop out a little at a time. As I need more, we'll add more. And you can use your water, you can use your pigment infuser, you know, whichever you like. So I'm just going to mix that there in the well. Yep, that happened 3 times today. Nothing like washing an extra zillion more brushes. I know it, Tina. Sometimes because I've told you guys, I wash my brushes every night. It's like you know, before I go to bed, that's kind of my routine. I go in, clean the kitchen. And then after I clean the kitchen, I wash my brushes. Because I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wash my brushes if there's dishes in the sink. It grosses me out. So, I don't know why. I've been like that since I was little. So, the other day, I don't know which project I was doing, but that, I couldn't even put another brush in my water bucket if I wanted to. And I've got a big square one over here. Yes, my discount code for Would You Bin is Terry. Here, I'll pop it up for you. It's all lowercase, and you need the % sign. So it's just like that. TERI 10 with the percentage. Okay, so always when you're using a new brush, and by new, I mean what you're not using to paint, you know, doesn't have any paint on anything. You want to work that into the bristles. So I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to swirl that around and get my brush loaded. Okay. Then once I've done that, then I'm going to come in and dip. And then I'm going to tap off. Now we're going to come over here and see what this gives us. Yeah, I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong with white gold, whether it's my favorite wax or the metallic paste. Can you guys see? So this is the first color. We'll get the other gold as well and add that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Hi, Teresa Cherry. Oh, you changed your picture. It's pretty. And it works. Yay, Drusy. Because it was, like I said, she sent it to me last night, and she even said, let me know if you have any issues. And I was like, oh, no. Okay. So, awesome. I mean, come on. You're going to have that's going to be a fancy schmancy cake plate. But you don't even have to use it for a cake plate at that point. Like I said, you guys know I'm always thinking about what I can put on my desk for organization and whatnots. You can totally put like all your, you know, bottles of whatever on here. But that's just me. I'm a funny bunny like that. All right. And then I'm going to come up because this ridge has the Would You Bin, so it will pick up on it. Not trying to get everywhere, but okay. And this, brush it in there. Hi, Miss Shauna. How are you? Do you think it would be a good iPad? I love you, Drusy. You're never going to forgive me for that, are you? Oh, y'all. I'm going to have to get another cookbook stand, y'all. We have to do another one. Drusy. Hola, Ari. How are you, sweet Ari? Tell Mama we said hi. Ay, these dogs. You knocked it down again and you're scared? Is that why you're over here again? All right. So what I usually always do this. So we're going to go underneath the mold. And I know, there's a mixed feeling about, you know, whether you're wasting your product doing the underside when nobody can see it or what have you. I mean, you do you. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I will always do the undersides of my project. Okay, so that one got a little excited. So I'm just going to spray water and move it. Let's move that one over there too. So just a clean brush, and the reason why that happened is because I dipped and I didn't tap off good enough, like I always tell you guys. Is Lucia here? Hi, Helena. How am I missing people? Hi, Lucia. I'm sorry I didn't see you. So let's move. And it's also happening because I'm not going like this. I'm doing stop and starts. So if you're going in a circular motion like that, you won't get, the stop and start so much. So, all right. So now I'm going to do that here with the neck as well. And then whatever we put on here, because I do want to put, I don't know, something on the neck, whether it be some type of bling or something, the gold will be behind it. So we have our gold underneath. I feel like over here doesn't have as much as the other side. So, all right. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Helena, thank you so much for the stars. Okay, so that's what she looks like. Hi, Trish. Did I miss somebody else? Okay, so that's our first little layer. Thank you. All right, so now let's look at these and see. So these are the precious patinas. Look at it, I haven't even opened them yet. Thank you. So there is, if you see, there is like that oil. We would need to, you always want to stir these up, okay? I'm thinking that gold might be a little too dark, but let's look at it. I'm not going to smell it, so if Nicole's still here, I'll leave the sniffing to Nicole. Ooh, actually, that's pretty, though. All right, so this one is, what did I say? This one is the royal gold, so we'll just leave the stick out so we can see that one. Same thing, this one is also, well, this one is a patina. This one is pale gold. This one is not like that precious metal. It's not as loose. Uh-oh, I like this one too. Oh, no. So that's what we have with that one. Let me go like this. Okay. And then what is this one? This one is Byzantine. Is that how you guys? Hold on. You guys can't even see it. Don't ask me. Y'all know me and words and pronunciations is not my thing. Hi, Betty. You're being quiet? No. Y'all, I think that's the winner chicken dinner. Okay, let me show you. I'm thinking this one. Yep, Byzantine? Oh, Byzantine? Y'all, Byzantine or Byzantine? I don't know. That one. That gold. I don't know. Number 3. So this is number 3. This is number 2. And this is number 1. Number 3, Byzantine. Byzantine. Okay. Which happens to be the one that everybody likes and the one I like. So it's just going to be that word. You know, leave it to me. All right. So, well, mama. I sorry, honey. I sorry, Onyx. I sorry. I didn't know you were there. All right. You don't got to go away. I sorry, mama girl. Let's get all of this gnarly stuff off of my fingers. Hi, Helen. How are you? Vessels to Kaylee. Sweet Kaylee. Whoo, you don't want to mess with Kaylee. Do you see her, y'all? She keeps going up and up in her belts. Did you see? Don't want to mess with her. Troy, can you pick that up for Mama, please? Don't step on it. And don't laugh at me. You silly goose. Okay, so we are going to take a very, very soft, fluffy brush. And we're going to take that word, the Byzantine, and let's work that into our cap. And again, we're not going to choke up. She said for me. Okay, so we're not going to choke up on the brush, and we're just going to flick. Now, because I want to flick this way, right? Oh, mamma mia. And this is going to be the color that I pick up on the top too then. Yes, please. So again, because I'm just flicking it, right, I'm not trying to cover the white gold. We're going to add to it. So let me show you. She is super, super happy. I love her little smile. Kaylee's got the best little smile. So I changed the way I was flicking. I actually am going to kind of flick up and down because it's picking up underneath the little, I don't know, the little arches, if you will. And I kind of I like that because then it's really giving the white gold space to shine as well. Then I will come up at the ridge though and do it. Byzantine. Hi, Mary Casey. Byzantine. Okay. So biz. Just gonna say biz. The biz gold. The biz gold is what I'm using. She should. Hi, Dewana. Thank you. She should be totally. I have a nephew. He's older now, but when he was a tiny guy, and so he was in karate, and he got his black belt. He was really young still, but it was just so funny to see him doing his little round kicks and stuff, roundhouse kick, because he was, of course, very, very flexible, that young and stuff. But he'd be this little guy with his glasses doing all his tricks. As he got older, though, he didn't really. And he would go to, I remember they went to Florida for a competition. I couldn't ever go, though, because I said the first time I see somebody hit my nephew and make him cry. Don't play so rough. Just kidding. But no, really. I don't want to see. So I'm actually letting this one come through a lot more, and then I'm going to let it, so look at that. So I'm trying to angle it so you can see the paper and the colors now. So with the white gold and the biz. Troy, don't laugh. Pick it up. Is there a Z in the writing? Yes. Isn't there? Yes. BYZANTINE. There's definitely a Z. Oh, yeah. See? Onyx is playing with the fan. Stop it, Onyx. Stop it. Stop it. Hold, please. Now you know why it's called chaos. Really, Onyx? Did you break it, or did you just trip and make everything go off? So Onyx got caught up in my box light here and pulled the box light and everything with her. That's why it just got really dark. Yep. More chaos than crafting sometimes. That's what I tell you guys. I don't know how you put up with me, but I love you guys. Thank you. Hi, Kathy Dean. How are you? Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing, but I really want to make sure I don't have much on this brush because I just want to put little glimpses of that gold in there. Now, for some reason, though, if I did deposit too much gold, I've told you guys before, any transparent wax that you have is your eraser for wax, right? So if I did put a big deposit down here that I wasn't happy with, if you guys have the bare transparent wax or you have the Pentart transparent, that's your eraser. Just take it, put it right over where you want to remove, and it'll get that off, and then you can just start over. Okay, so all right, so this is what we have so far. You guys are both correct the way you guys are pronouncing it. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, see, so now what I was saying that I wanted to do, and I'm actually just going to take what I worked off on my lid, and because there's this upper lip, if you will, I'm just going to come right around onto the paper, onto the top of the woodgie bin. Because that will pick up really pretty underneath the epoxy when we put the epoxy on. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Miss Linda. Hi, Jamie. Jamie, how are you? Are you okay? You been doing okay? You're not sick or anything, are you, Jamie? All right. So, why is that over there in everybody's face? I don't know. Okay. So now we have our love the colors. Look how pretty that is. And even like I said, so even when it's sitting like this, you'll be able to see. Hi, Beth. Thank you for spreading the chaos. How are you, Beth? Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to see, because I told you guys we're going to epoxy all of the top, so it's going to be food safe. I'm still wondering if we should drop anything in here. I have a totally dazzled piece that looks exactly like this, that I'm thinking that we might drop on there. And then also, I'd like to make these two and the butterfly stand out. So we'll have to pull some stuff out for that. But on all of the recess parts here, because I don't know, I have another package of dry flowers. I don't know. We'll see if we want to drop any dried flowers in at the top as well. All right, let's look at the colored ones first and see. Oh, that's pretty. Let me show you guys. So let's tip it up and see. What do you guys? So this one is light sapphire. Let me come bring you down. Come on down. So that's light sapphire. The heck, Terry? Or do we put, let me get another tray and show you. Or do we not go with the sapphires and do, let me do another one. So this one is, that one is amber. Can you guys see that okay? So this one is amber, and then this one is the light sapphire. Why can't I talk? What an amazing perfume bottles. That's a great idea. Yes, perfume bottles. That would be beautiful. Hi, Kathy. How are you? You have a migraine? Oh, no. Yuck. I hate migraines. This one? Yeah, it does. It does, right? So if you're looking at this, the flower here, No, it won't, Drucy. It won't. It won't. Oops. It will not. It won't take it away. All right. Did you guys remember? Did I say amber? I did, right? So let's put these back in number 3. Oh, are you leaving now? I'm not used to you leaving anymore. The last few days you haven't been here. Love you. Have a nice day. Drive safely. Minute. All right. So let's get out the light. This one was light. Okay. But you know what? I'm thinking we don't want to put, do we want to put the light down in here too? Well, let's do it all first and then I'll decide. Okay, so I'm going to take the B7000. And then I'm going to take a picker pin. And then I do have a Totally Dazzled down in the description as well. Don't forget, I'm doing that giveaway, and it's open until the 11th. So anybody who uses any of my affiliates, you're going to be entered on the wheel that we'll do on the 11th. Whoa, I was totally cross-eyed. You'll be entered on the wheel for the 11th, and it will have something from probably all of my affiliates. And even if they aren't, like, it'll have, like, I don't have an affiliate with the mixed palette or Formflex, but I'll put some stuff in there. So any of my links that'll be down there, will be in that goodie bag, which I think is going to be totally fun. So there'll be some Would You Bin, Totally Dazzled gift card, the Prima molds. Oh, I might do a couple of the Prima molds in Formflex and then do 2 birds with 1 stone. If we have to choose between the two, Sapphire is beautiful. Yeah, but I'm not, okay, you guys remember this is the, I'll be using I've resined, the reason why I'm saying it'll be fine is because I've resined over, these before. Well, bling period. I've dropped bling in, I've resined over them. Now I'm not, see, now this is the thing. I'm not resining over them. I'm putting epoxy on them. So, all right. So I'm just using the B7000. Can you guys see how pretty? So when the light hits in here, it's going to be, or the light hits this period, it's going to be so pretty because of all of the shine from the different golds. Oh, there goes Uncle. Hey, chaos is about to ensue. Jack, Onyx, and Troy are going to run amok. Okay. No, it's not. It's not very heavy at all, Sharon. It's not heavy at all. Hi, Callie. How are you? Yep. And the amok begins. Trees. And the muck begins. See what they're, all three of them, if I could show you guys, take a picture. I've done it before. All three of them are looking out the front window right now. And they're all, Troy's on his knees on the chair, arched on the chair. The dogs are all, this is the only time when all three of them don't, they'll be okay with each other all in each other's space like this. As soon as Nick backs out and takes off, it's over, Red Rover. Jack's gonna start barking at Onyx. She's gonna start zoomies. Troy's gonna do his Tom Cruise with the different cups. Oh yeah. Aw, I appreciate it, Callie. Thank you. Hi, Rennie. All right. What's the weather like in New Orleans? I'm just getting these so that they're centered. So pretty. Okay, almost there. That's going to really drive me nuts. I don't know if you guys can even see it. Yep, you can. That's going to drive me bananas. So there's a little crack that is right here from when I put the wood bin together. And I've been telling myself, it's all right. Let it go. It's fine. All right. Well, it's not fine. So now the crack is gone. I just will need to remember to paint it. I kept looking at it, and you guys probably have seen it too. Kept saying, you need to fill it. And I was telling myself, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's not. So yeah, full-blown conversations I have with myself. 68 sunny and beautiful. 67 in Louisiana. You don't mind the crack, Sharon. You're so funny. Wow, you guys are having nice. What happened? Usually I'm the one that's like, it's so sunny and beautiful. It's dark as night practically outside. And it's raining again. I hope it stops before I go pick up Trevor. First of all, I don't like driving at night. I wear my contacts, but I really can't drive with my glasses, but I never ever liked driving in the night. And of course, when it's raining. So last Monday it was icky. Or Monday it was icky. Last Wednesday, remember when Monica was on my channel? That was a nightmare because I was trying to be on with her be watching, monitoring the stream and driving with Trevor. So I hope it stops before, just not comfortable. And it makes me even more uncomfortable when I have someone in the car with me, i.e. Troy or Trevor. My name tag is on it. Oh, goodness. It's going to be resined, Rennie. I'm going resin. See, now you guys got me saying resin. It's going to be epoxied. So yes, the whole thing will be able to be washed. The molds, everything. So we're going to have food grade epoxy on the top. I will also do that on the molds, so that way it can be washed. And then also so that even though, like I've been telling you guys, even though the woodgie bin is fairly thick, I doubt it would break, just for my own, just for my own peace of mind, knowing that if somebody were to buy it and then something happened, that would make, I would feel horrible. Well, epoxy resin, it depends on if you're epoxy or quick cast or resin. Typically, the quick cure resin, right, is the white. Epoxy is the clear. So typically, if someone's saying they're making resin castings or they're going to put resin down, I naturally go to, in my thought process, a white, a quick cast. But I know with epoxy, I know that's not going to be the case. I know it's going to be clear. One last one. Okay. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now I'm thinking to sink them into these little, it's just little, let me do these two so you guys can see. Troy, can you turn that down, please? Troy, can you turn that down, please? I can hear mommy. I can hear my voice. Okay, so now can you see what I'm talking about? So where it's kind of like a little, almost like, I don't know, that little divot shape, I'm going to put one in there. Let me go this way so you can see the light. So there's not too many of these. I thought maybe it wouldn't I was going to change the color, but because we've got the golds on here, it's just fine. Hi, Sunny. How are you? Okay. So, get this. Is there one there already? Good Lord. I promise I have my contacts in. Okay. And then one last one right there. That didn't stay. There we go. Can you guys see that? Thank you. So we've got, so now as it will sit, you'll get a little bit of the twinkle in there, and then you'll get the twinkle that's in all the trim. So now let's let that do its thing. I love the color and the paper. Got my angels love. Oh, Cheryl, yay! did you get my little note? Let me know, Cheryl, if you need me to send you some B7000, because I'm more than happy to do that. But if I would have shipped it with the crown, it would have been, I was so scared they were gonna, I don't know, the way that they treat boxes sometimes, I was so scared it was gonna pop off and then ruin it. So absolutely let me know. I can just send it directly from Amazon to you if you need it. Okay, so on the top, so we have our 2 golds, we have our white gold, we have our, is it Byzantine? Okay, and then I'm thinking on the top, what we need to do before we get the epoxy is, let me show you what that bling looks like to put here. And then I would like to do something to the butterfly, whether it be even just like a stickles or something. Okay, I'm so happy. Okay, Cheryl, thank you guys. Yeah, so just let me know. Let me grab this piece. Oh, whoops. The only thing is, I'm hoping that it reflects the color of, because the stones might be an off color. That's the only thing. Whoa. Oh, it is different color. Well, I don't know. Does it look? See how that looks? I didn't put it up here before. I had just remembered the piece, that I had the piece. But the colors in here, it's not these, it's, I was hoping it would, oh, that looks really black. It's not that. It's actually a green. It looks black on screen, but it's actually a green now that I hold it up to the light. All right, so we might not do that. I'm looking at the shapes that I have to see if I have any other shapes that I like to put in there. But then that'll take the blue away. All right. Well, all right, let's get this stuff put in the water. And then let's get out, what time is it? Okay. Well, I'll show you guys at least the process of it up here. And I kind of wanted something, but let's do this. Yeah, I think so too, Wendy. So do you guys remember when I did the Sandrina tray and I put the chameleon varnish in gold? And when I did the Sandrina tray and I poured the epoxy on it, how the gold was gorgeous on there, and just in certain lights it just looked like little gold sparkles in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put the gold varnish on, and I think that'll give me enough of what I'm looking for like some type of shine from the paper, because obviously the epoxy is going to, you know, be beautiful. But let's just give it the twinkle And then as it's coming through the epoxy, okay, there we go. So you can't see what I just did unless I shine the light. So if you can see now that little twinkle that comes through. And I think that actually gives me enough of what I'm looking for. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Purple sparkle. You and your purple sparkle. Okay, so I am going to grab out my... So this is amazing casting resin. This is food safe. I also do use my other one, the tabletop resin, which that will work too. I'm actually going to get out my... So this is my resin table. This is in my Amazon store. Because this is going, especially because I'm pouring in here, I want to make sure that this is level, right? So that way the resin that I'm pouring in here will also be level, because you know how sometimes when you pour resin, if you're doing it in a tray, sometimes you can get lopsided. Does that make sense? You don't get enough resin on one side. Oh, okay. The butterfly looks 3D. Yay! It does? No, it is not. Hi, Bev. Oh, it's so good to see you, Bev. Haven't seen you in a while. Epoxy is never quick dry. Epoxy resin is never quick dry. It needs time to set up. You're going to need it. When we do this, I will actually cover it. And because I don't want any dust particles flying in there. I certainly don't want any hair from onyx falling in there. So I will cover the whole thing as it's setting for at least 24 hours. I have a turntable one. I love it. A turntable leveler. So if you can see right down in here, there is that level bubble that's in there. And it tells you if you're, you're level. And then the legs, they bend, so that way you can get it level. But that way I know, and I use it, I pour my molds on here too. I'll stick my molds on there and pour it. Let me grab one thing. Because I don't want it to get on my table, if at all possible. So I'm just going to use a silicone mat that will stick directly to the tray. Okay. Because I don't want anything getting on the table. So this is just a silicone mat. All right. Okay. So when you're doing your resin, this one, most all of them are going to be 50-50. This one in particular is, but please make sure you read your instructions to make sure that you're putting in the right ratios, okay? So I'm going to grab a silicone cup. I'm going to grab my resin stirrer, my stirrer. There's nothing to turn, Jackie. at the bottom, the feet move. So you see, so you can adjust all 4 feet so that way the table is level on whatever you're putting it on. So yeah, it's nothing to turn, it's the feet. The feet will adjust to make sure you're level. And then you just watch the little bubble to make sure that it stays in the center. Oh, no, Bev, I'm so sorry. Okay, if you did that within the, so from the date that I announced it until the 11th, if you use it, just send me a message. And then you will go on the wheel. All right, so I am going to move this aside for just a minute. I was going to mix on top of it, but that's not a good idea. So my scale that I use, this one is also in my Amazon store. I just want to make sure I don't have any. I tend to only use, I keep my silicone cups separate so that way only resin goes in one and only the black resin goes in one, and then the clear epoxy goes in one. So I just want to make sure that this doesn't have anything in it, any dust or anything, because it's going to get into the epoxy, and I don't want it. The whole point is for it to be clear and beautiful. All right, so 1:1. So you put that on your scale. Start out at 0. It's mixing in grams, which is fine. You will notice whether it's epoxy or your quick cures that A is typically thicker than B. Then I always have my silicone stir sticks, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So right now we are at 3130. How many wheels do you have? You're so generous. I have a lot. 3129 or thereabouts. So let's go 3129 or as close to. All right, so we're at, all right, close enough. Now, I know some, they get all worried if it's not exact. I don't. If it's within a couple, you don't need to get all crazy about it. So I'm just going to use and just stir. One thing you do want to remember when you're doing resin is, just go one way. And then when you're doing your epoxy, you do want to stir it for at least a good couple of minutes and make sure you get the sides and the bottom. You really want to make sure you get all of that mixed in. You do have an open time of about 20 minutes when you're using epoxy. Whereas if you're doing like quick cures, you have like, anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. Actually, you don't even have 7 minutes. I don't know why they put that. You have like, 3 to 5 minutes. The wheel master. Yeah, they have a lot of different resins. I do have an Alumilite affiliate in the description. I typically use Alumilite, Quick Cures, and the epoxy, and then I do also have a couple of countertop resins that I do that are also food safe, and that's in my Amazon store. So, hi Gwen. And this is always, I can't really do anything but, just look at you guys and talk while I'm stirring. You were kicked out. The nerve of them, Diana. So there's going to be little bubbles forming in there. Don't get worried about bubbles or anything like that. We're going to pop all of that. You love your Amazon store. Thank you, Sue. So yeah, if you didn't know, I do have a Totally Dazzled affiliate. I have gotten in the Valentine's packs. I hadn't opened it yet. I just got it, I think, was it today? Yeah, just today. All right. Good enough. All right. So now I'm just going to use my silicone scraper and get that off. Okay. All right. And then it's the epoxy. It wipes clean very easily. Okay. So that's that. So now let's bring I'm actually going to get my more spatula looking silicone. I don't know what you're referring to, Rennie. Okay, so let's start out with the top. And I'm actually going to turn my fan off because I do have pets. I don't want anything flying, in the air. We have enough stuff flying around us, right? Okay, so I'm just going to start. Now, this is self-leveling, so as long as you push it out to where it needs to be, you don't have to worry so much about, making it even or what have you, because it will self-level. I will tell you, though, having like a paddle like this, a silicone paddle, will help you when you're pouring, because you need to make sure, right, that you have every part of it covered. You'll notice that sometimes if you miss a spot, it'll almost look like a little bubble, but it's not a bubble. It's actually a dry space in between. Like this one is a little bigger, but this is what I'm talking about. So come on down here and look. So can you see these right here? What happens is in a bit of a smaller scale, it has actually created a barrier around that dry spot. So if you don't have like some type of paddle or something to move your resin, you risk having little bitty spots like that, and then it'll look like you're have little bubbles, and then in order to fix that, you've got to, you know, do some sanding and then re-pour, and it's just a whole headache. So this way, kind of fitting like, you know, a cake, if you are using a bigger paddle like this, you can just kind of methodically go left to right, and make sure that you're getting all of that covered, right? All of the resin down, because it's going to self-level. So as long as you make sure you've got it in all of the areas and there's no, you know, little bubbles in there, you're good. Okay? Dimples, I lost you for a minute. Welcome back. Hi, Gail. How are you? Yeah, so now I have a ton of lights on, which is very helpful when you're pouring resin, because you really want to, you know, use the lights to your advantage to make sure that you've gotten it everywhere, because it's really hard to tell, right? All right, so I'm just going to keep moving this. Now, how thick you pour your resin is always up to you. As long as you've got your surface covered, you know, you're good. If I drop pieces in, so like if I were to drop a couple of pieces in here right now of Totally Dazzled Bling or what have you, I may or may not cover them all the way. I've done jewelry boxes where I've dropped in flowers and I've left it so that the middle, you know, you can still feel it, which was pretty cool. The center of the flowers you could still feel. So, all right. So I am concentrated now on just the flat part of this in here and making sure I don't have any little divots. There's a huge one over here, and even though you guys see me working back and forth, I've still missed over here. Yes, it is. This is the Luminlight. I'll show you the box in just a minute. All right, so, and it's also, you will see it on their website, that it's food safe, it's food grade. All right, so now I'm just going to pour a little bit more on the outsides and come. Okay, so I'm just making sure I don't have any divots, little. All right, so now what I'm going to do, now you guys usually can't hear my dryer because I block out all noise, but my dryer it's a very strong, you know, industrial dryer. So when I'm popping the bubbles though from from the epoxy resin, I use my old one, my Granger, because this one doesn't blow as hard, but it will pop all the bubbles. So that's why you don't need to worry about, you know, any little bubbles that you see. I always say I wish you guys can see this part because it's so satisfying to see all the bubbles pop. The reason why I wouldn't use like a strong force dryer, hair dryer, or even a heat gun is because I don't want to blow my epoxy, because right now it's in that work time, right? So it will move. So if I start using a big gush of air, it's going to push the resin, and I don't want it to do that. I'm on my leveling table. I know I'm level, so I just want to make sure I've got it everywhere it needs to be. Thank you, Betty. Hi, Miss Wanda. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you guys, if you have never used the varnish with the when you pour epoxy, it's beautiful. All right, so now what I am going to do, which I won't keep you guys here to do all of this, but I'm going to now take Onyx. Let the little doggy walk, Onyx. She's not bothering you. I am going to take a paintbrush, just any of my brushes. I've heard people say that you can spritz alcohol to pop. You can. I've never done it. I just, you can. I just don't. And that's just personal preference. I use my dryer to take care of that. So, I don't know why. I don't know what the difference between using your dryer when you're pouring the resin as opposed to, spritzing with alcohol. Because it's the same thing, right? So I don't know. But I don't have an opinion either way on if it's good or bad. I just don't. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm coming up here and where the Would You Been Met the cake stand, I'm putting epoxy on my brush and I'm pushing down so that if there is any separation that was there that maybe I didn't see or that I didn't get, pushed in, this is now going to marry it together, right? And I'm not worried about it getting on the trim because I'm going to paint that trim anyways. Well, I'm going to epoxy the trim because I want to make sure that this whole stand is food safe and that you can wash it. Okay? So, all right. Now, because I have now gone back over the top, which any excess has fallen back down onto where I already have the top layer here, I'm now going to go back with my dryer and just come around the edges to pop any bubbles that may now have come into play because I've added a little more resin to it. Hi, Miriam. This is just going to be stunning. Thanks, Nicole. Okay. So, I am very methodical with how I do my resin. If you've ever gotten any resin pieces from me, I'd like to think they were pretty as close to, perfect as they can be. But I really want to make sure that nothing, catches somebody's eye because it is handmade, right? Sometimes, like, I will tend to be a little harder on myself because I will automatically see all the flaws. So I want to do whatever I can to make it so that, whoever gets it doesn't see that. So I want to make sure there's no bubbles. I want to make sure that there's no divots. I want to do my best that there's not any hair particles or dust particles or anything like that in there. I can't remember who got that Sandrina tray. Will this resin always? Yes, absolutely. This is epoxy resin, so it's always going to be clear. All right. Hold on a minute. Just like a little. Troy, Betty says hi. I've got like the little strands. Okay, so I started on a really weird side, but I'll try to get you guys to see what I'm doing. And I'll tell you right now, I'm painting in here, or I'm putting the epoxy on top of the bling, and the bling is just fine. It's shiny as all shiny. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking what I have, and again, I'm not trying to put a really thick layer on this, right? I'm just coating it to make it strong, durable, and to make it washable. So I'm just coming around, and I will obviously take pictures of this and show you guys, but if you are doing something like this, don't worry about, oh my God, I gotta hurry up. Don't worry about any of that. You've got a pretty good amount of open time to work with it. So when you're working with any resin, epoxy, anything like that, on the directions will tell you how much open time you have. So your open time is your working time from when you mix part A and B together. That's how much time you have until it starts setting up, and then you can't mess with it anymore. Okay, so you always want to pay attention to that. I've seen so many people use the quick cure, and they, are stirring it, and 5, 6, 7 minutes in, and they're like, oh no, what's happened? It's hard as a rock. Well, the open time on there is very short compared to epoxy. So just make sure you read your instructions to find out the ratio of your epoxy and to also find out the open time. This one is, yes, Miss Kathy. I always use, all of the epoxies that I use are always food safe. So your countertop epoxies are always going to be food safe. Well, I say always, but I haven't found one that isn't, because think about it. If it's a countertop resin, countertop is usually where food and drinks happen. So typically those are going to be all food safe. Like I said, I haven't found one that isn't, but that doesn't mean that they aren't out there. I've used a lot of resin in my time that I've been, even working with it. So, of course, I have my favorites, Alumilite, Fast Cast for resin pieces. I like those. I was wondering if it was you or Brenda. I couldn't, and I didn't want to say. So you have Sandrina. So I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but you can tell everybody what you think of Sandrina. So Dana has gotten the Sandrina tray, which was the very first time I ever put epoxy on that varnish. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with it after that. There's just something about that epoxy on the varnish, the chameleon varnish, that is so beautiful. Oh, and the little stool. Yeah. So you got, I don't think I did any other epoxy in the last auction, right? So you got them both. Dana's like, oh no, she's talking that it's great. It's awful. She thinks her resin looks good, and I hate to tell her. I've gotten where the 10-minute quick cure is too long for me, especially if I got 4 projects to do. Is there any resin casting faster than 10 minutes? I don't know. I use Fast Cast and Alumilite. It all, that depends on your mold, right? The bigger your mold, the faster your pieces will set up. The smaller your mold, the longer it will take because it's heat, right? I wish everyone could see it in person. The sparkle is stunning. I'm telling you, if I could have kept that tray, it was something else. I was blown away by the sparkle on there. So I have some of your resin pieces and they look perfect to me. I have issues with red. Brenda has another one of my favorite pieces. So my turntable that I did, my Lazy Susan that I finally did for myself and was like, I'm going to have a Lazy Susan. I did that Lazy Susan and it ended up being so big that I couldn't keep it. And so Brenda got it. And I'm so happy she did, though, because I know. Although, Brenda, do you use it for crafting? And I hope you were just kidding. She said, there's no way I'm using it for crafting. But that's absolutely why I wanted, because you can totally clean it. Okay, Cindy, have a great evening. Yeah, I can't think of anything that's quicker than what the directions say as far as 10 minutes, but I can pour like the resin that I poured for all of these Prima molds. So I did 2 sets of all of these Prima molds, right? But they're all bigger molds. They didn't take 10 minutes for it to cure. So I'm not sure, Miriam. Again, the smaller the area, the longer it takes for it to cure up. I don't see you use the one you made yourself. You probably should put it in your auction, just saying. I don't. And as I'm bending my head and turning this around, I should have used it today. Heck no, it's displayed in my craft room. Brenda, are you kidding? Okay, so I just painted this whole trim with the resin. Again, I'm sorry you guys can't see it because I can't lift it. But the bling is still a blingin'. But this will just give it that extra added strength. And then I will also go down to the bottom and do the bottom clay piece as well, because I want that to be able to be washed as well. And then what I will do is I will tuck this. I will tuck it away. See, so even as much as I was doing, I still seen a little piece. But this one is, I don't know. Let me bring you guys down and see if you can see that sparkle. Can you even see the sparkle? No, right? A little bit on the flower over here. There's just something that happens when the epoxy meets the that varnish. I don't know. It just takes on this beautiful, like, I think of fairy dust. That's what I think of. All right. So, not to bore you any longer. Oh, sorry, y'all. Like I said, when she knocked down that light and it's so dark, I had to bring it close. Would you varnish? What varnish did you use? When? Oh, to make the sparkle. Mary Casey's like, psh, psh. The varnish you're just talking about, you goof. It is the Chameleon varnish in gold. Is it under here somewhere, y'all? Or did I know I didn't put it away. Did I? Wow, I actually put it away. It's this. It is the Chameleon varnish in gold. And then you can find it at my TH Decor, and I will put a link. That is so pretty. Now I need to use epoxy on that. You guys, I'm serious. And like Dana said, unless you can see it, the picture, I didn't slap you hard. I'm sorry. Oh, Mary Casey, I love you. But unless you can actually see it close up, the pictures were beautiful, and I tried to get like different angles and shine my my ring light on it. But unless you can actually see it under the epoxy, it is, but it doesn't take over. It's not like when you look at it, and Dana can verify, it's not when you look at it that it's like, oh God, what rice paper is behind all of this gold? It's not like that at all. It's just, it's the perfect amount of like I say, little twinkles that are just hitting in the light. Hi, Nancy Church. So she should have slapped me hard. Y'all, come on. I was dreaming about tooth pain and no tooth pain. And I mean, come on. I don't know what's wrong with me. So anyhow, so it is 3:00 right now, or my time. I will go ahead and finish the bottom part of this. I will put it up. Tomorrow, I'll actually be able to show you guys, because it'll be 24 hours, and then I'll show you guys when I get back on camera tomorrow what it looks like, and maybe you guys can see it. So anyhow, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay dry, stay safe, because Lord knows I wish I didn't have to go back out. Oh, yes, Sheila Teagan, you definitely need it. Sue just put the link up. You definitely need it. And also, don't forget, it's also in the description, but only my peeps have this right here. So I have a Would You Been discount code. So if you've been holding out because, and been wishing for a discount code, it's over here somewhere, right there. Dun, dun, dun. But you have to make it look just like this, okay? So anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for spending time with me. You guys are the best. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Talk to you later.